Okay. Hi everyone. We're following up from last stream. Actually going to do a couple of the things that I brainstormed earlier. First things first, I have commented out a line of code, and I want to see what that does. The part of the plan that I mentioned last time was every time you enter a level, because these are run ones levels, you are supposed to start from the same gravity. So you aren't supposed to keep the old gravity. You're supposed to just start from zero. Or start from the default. So I have commented out the line that keeps the old gravity. And I still need to fix that. I also still need to fix some of the collisions. But we're going to see... Oh, nothing's going to happen here because I didn't change gravity. So let's change gravity and then see what happens. Oh boy. That was no good. Well, why was that happening every frame, though? That was probably because of a typo. And that would also explain why there was a bug where if you got in between levels and then reset, you would just keep going. So I should now be able to... Nope, you just keep going. Well, we're going to take another look and see if that actually changed anything at all. It did not. Except it did because I reset and everything was fine. So I don't know what's up with that. So I think I'm on the floor right now. So this one will go normally. And... now it teleports you ahead. Look, I still think I fixed something. It just wasn't the important thing. Okay, we're going to... Man, that didn't find the right thing at all. Yeah, right now we want some information. I'm printing out some data in the background every time gravity changes. And so I think I'm going to get a lot of... I stand corrected. Okay, so it's different the first time. So I think now I'm going to get a lot of data, because it's constantly changing. And I'm not. I'm not getting a lot of data at all. I only got 2 pieces of data because I only ever hit the wall twice. Well, that's interesting, because it tells us it's not this part of the code that's wrong. So that's cool. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to see if it's this part of the code. And this time I will actually make the output visible, so like leave the game minimized, and at the bottom you can see the output. So that's fine. The first one is always fine. It's after the first. Okay, look at how much data it was printing out. It was constantly switching between pi and 0, and 0 pi, 0 0 pi, 0 0 pi, where pi represents a rotation of 180 degrees. So it was directly flipping up and down, and it was doing that every frame. So I think the important thing to note is that this piece of code, it's reaching this point in the code every single frame, which this was supposed to prevent. So this is being calculated incorrectly, and I don't know why. So we have, we're in a region. That region. Current. Oh, that's no good. Okay. Wait, no, that's fine. Next section is yeah, no, that's fine. It's not the tunnel size, it's I'm not 100% sure what it is, but in fact, yeah, I'm gonna go about this weird way, and just figure out where it's being set to pi. So we're going to crash the game when that happens and get a stack trace. And a stack trace will tell me exactly where in the code I actually need to look. So not here, because it's working fine. And in fact, you don't even fall, and that's another really weird thing. Whoops. Okay. we need to... debugging like this is a bit weird, but sometimes it's easier. But that did tell me something, actually. It is swapping... Okay, so I can now tell you what's happening. It is constantly swapping between the section you came from and, like, being in between levels. Which actually might mean I can skip the rest of the debugging. In progress.level. Aha! I found it. Don't update the level until you actually reach it, which is... Okay, that's a bit inconvenient if... I think it'll work, but I will need to change it. And we're going to get rid of most of that. Yeah. Okay. We're going to give it a try. Kept you waiting long enough here. Short version is I think I fixed it. Or at least part of it. That you will... that it was glitching out because it kept getting confused about which section you were in, which level you were in. Nope, it's still getting confused. Okay, well, fine, I didn't like this solution anyway. What I really want is... this code is going to be a little tricky when heading backwards. Wait, no, it's still weird. I do kind of need to rethink this. Paste. Okay, let's give that a shot. But wait, that still can't be it. Not sure what I'm doing. There's something wrong about how this is all calculated. But, and you slowed down. Well, it fixed the gravity. But yeah, you are going way too slow here. Up until about halfway, at which point you do pick up speed. So that's wrong. But it's not quite as wrong. Boom. Look at that jump. Okay, so I guess what we're doing now is trying to fix the in between. Okay, I just want some data. At any given point, which level does it think we're in? Thinks 0, 1. And that was fine. The first one is always fine. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Thinks we're in level 3, and then it thinks we're back in level 2. Thinks we're a full level ahead. That's no good at all. No, I don't want to do that. Not now. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's silly. There is a false assumption going on here. Was last in. So, okay, so I need to rethink this entire thing if I want to give credit. So I think part of this is I want to be able to save your progress as soon as you beat one level, even if like the game crashes before you reach the next or you close it or whatever. But I'm also using your saved progress. I'm assuming that's the level you're in or most recently were in. So if you add 1 to your progress, it's going to assume that you already were in the level that you aren't yet in. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm gonna have to rename this because I don't think we're getting to actual like level transitions like I was discussing the other day. I don't think we're getting to that this stream. I'd like to, but also this is a really long function, or moderately long function that I don't know, maybe should be split up. Okay, so I think what we're doing progress. Currently, yeah, this needs to represent your progress, but as I've kind of been saying, there are a couple things about your progress that you need to keep track of. You need to, what level were you in? What level should be saved? Like, if you're between levels and you close the game, which level should you start in next time? And like, if you beat level 3, you should start in level 4, but you aren't in level 4 yet. So we've actually got to keep track of both of those. You know, I think in the long run, I think I need event listeners. But not now. Maybe I don't. I could do something else that's weird and a little less expensive. Okay, so so that simplifies a little bit of code. The trick is to convert the location Yeah, it's definitely going to take some work to have like branching sections and stuff. Right, I was going to do something here. I was going to convert the z-coordinate, that's what. Okay, so with that, if I have not made a mistake, which I very well could have, it should a little bit more accurately figure out which section you're in and which section you're coming up on and all that. And I don't know, let's see if that compiles. It does not compile, because of several things. Oh, I need to go retrieve that code. I shouldn't have deleted it. Yeah, okay. There we go. And with that, we give it a shot, and hopefully it actually compiles and works and all that. Maximize. So the first one always works. How about the second one? Does not work and outright crashes. So I'm guessing the next section just hadn't been loaded. That's still weird. Yeah, I do like the transition effect. I think That part's not the problem here. Whoops. Show the game, please. But I copy-pasted that code. Yeah, that's weird. It's useful information, but private access isn't used anywhere here. Anyway, that's not even the problem. Oh well, I can do this the other way. Can't I? Yeah. I need to make a function for this. Is that correct? Yes, it is. So I'm hoping that does better. Oh. That's fine. No, it's not fine. I have no idea what's wrong now. Oh, wait, I do. It's backwards. Whoops. But now it's wrong, and now it's right. Well, it's kind of consistent now. Like about halfway through, picks you up and drags you along, and the anti-gravity actually works consistently, but only after halfway. So that's something. So, yep, time to debug some more. I can never stop being time to debug, but time to use some print statements. Once again. So that I can see what's going on within the code. From 0 to 1, arriving at 1. This should be from 1 to 2, but it's not. It was from 1 to 2 very briefly, and then it got way too much. Well, number 4, which is level 5. Wow, it's calculating everything wrong. Oh, and I know why. I know why. Because of this. And that's why the first one works, while everything else doesn't. Okay. So I need to fix this, but I'm not sure how. This is all about coordinate spaces here. I think that'll do it. And I just have to change that everywhere it appears. Okay, so I can safely get rid of that, except maybe instead I want to do that. Sure is a miserable pile of numbers. Coordinate spaces are powerful but confusing. They account for a lot of errors. So the first one is fine because the coordinate spaces matched. They also, both coordinate spaces started at 0, so it was all fine. Okay, so that's good, except I want to invert that. Also delete that, because we don't need it. And now what this means is that it won't change the gravity until you actually arrive at the next level. So it goes like that, and then all of a sudden it flips you around, which I think is probably cooler. Whoosh. Yeah. Finally figured all this out. This is more of a remake than a faithful recreation. But, I'm gonna try and include as much from the original game as I reasonably can. Okay. Level transition's looking a lot better right now. The next thing is to put in some extra tiles, at least at the beginning of each level, but mostly just in general, so that you reliably have somewhere to land and slow down. So it doesn't, like, fling you through more of the level. And also change the animations for landing. Like, there should be a limit on how fast you can run, and so that it doesn't, like, you've seen you may have caught the hyperspeed running at one point or another. If you land exactly right, the animation just plays in fast forward and it looks bad. And instead, it would make a lot more sense for the runner to, not be able to run that fast, and instead either skid to a halt or lose control entirely and go tumbling. Both of which are entirely possible, and in theory shouldn't be that hard to animate. Oh, and I need a custom animation for flying along like this, because the jump animation only plays based on how fast you're falling, and when it stops your fall, it also stops the jump animation. So, gotta have a different animation for that. Animation for that, more space to land. Because, like, in that case, without mid-air jumps, which are for debugging only, it would have just tossed you into the void. Also, you need to not bounce randomly on nothing. I have never actually made a trailer for anything besides that one expansion pack that I added to run to. I've never really been one to hype up the things I I make or the things I do. As much as I should. I know I should. Level editor, I do plan to bring the level editor back. But I don't know if it'll look the same or what. Oh, right, and then the other part of this is that once it builds, it stays built. You don't have to watch the animation again. Like, if it's distracting you, then yeah, you'll probably fall off. But it'll be fine. Yeah, you definitely... that level... A, I'm going to need to adjust the physics so that that level has any challenge, but B, you definitely cannot have any of the extra speed from between levels, or you just skip the level. But yeah, unfortunately, I do have something else to do right now, which is why I'm doing a whole bunch of nothing. And hey, it crashed. Okay, yeah, that happens when you hit the corner of a tile sometimes. So, I think I'm going to stop. I hate to stop when everybody's all here and having fun chatting, but I do have other stuff to do. I might be able to come back. I think I'll have time tomorrow to come back and follow up on this. Get to call this stream fixing gravity between levels or something, because that's more or less what it looked like. That's the upshot of like the effects of what I did. And then I can come back tomorrow and work on like a stream called Level Transitions, where I actually focus on putting stuff in between levels for animations, landing spots, maybe level numbers, maybe even go do the 3, 2, 1 start thing. I got all the assets for it. I could add those or make new ones. I don't know that 2D would end up looking so good. Yeah, what I'm saying is I'm retitling this one because it wasn't... Well, maybe I'll title both of them. I'm going to retitle this one because the stream ended up not being what I expected. Maybe I'll just retitle both of them to clarify. So, I think that'll be all. Thank you for watching. See you maybe tomorrow?